Hiya, welcome back to part two. I'm going to stand in front of the tabletop just so you can get an idea of the size of it. It's going to be round about 8 foot long as a table. So yeah, today we're going to get the legs and every part of the table cut roughly, mocked up, upside down, just so I get an idea of dimensions. So again, a lot of cutting today. I'm going to time lapse everything, so probably a 5-minute video. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. So that's that piece cut. That was quite a big going, that one. A couple of people have asked about this. So I'll give you a bit of a close-up. I was initially gaffer taping the mallet to my stump, but I remembered I got this packed away in storage. So you can see the nice use of a spoon there. It's a bit of an improvisation, bit of a bodge, but it does a trick. And basically, because of the extra length of it, I get more leverage and a more powerful stroke. It's not quite as good an aim. I've only missed a couple of times, that's all I want to miss. But that's what that is. That's just an improvised mallet attachment, basically. What I've been doing here is cutting the timber in half, and the saw's not quite got the depth on it to go through it, you know, underside and top side. So I'm having to split it with the hammer and chisel just to get it into a piece. I've got another 5 pieces to cut, not very big pieces, and then that's everything cut out for the table. The bench I'm going to make separately, but obviously will be part of the set. So I'll time lapse the next part, but that's the attachment. I will be upgrading this because it's still, you know, it's a little bit wobbly at times. But yeah, and like anything, if you're stuck, use your love, you can always adapt. So as you can see, this is one of the end frames for the table. Looks enormous from this angle. All of these joints have got to be cut in, mortise and tenoned. This is the top, which I'll probably split down in half, to be honest. But yeah, that's the beginnings of it. So I will mock it up as an upside down table for the next shot. So there we are. That's today's work done. As you can tell in here, it's pretty cold. I've got it mocked up something like, but I need to get the mortise and tenon done to be able to sink, such as this, so it's flush with the top. The table's obviously upside down. There's another piece to go to be recessed in here. It's all traditionally made, all oak. It's going to have a really nice patina as this. So I hope you'll tune in tomorrow for the next stage, which will be the two end pieces. We'll get those something like, if not finished, well, mocked up anyway. Varnishing will be next week. I'm waiting for it to be a bit warmer because it doesn't set in this in the unit. So that's the table. While I'm chatting, I've been asked a little bit about how I started out and what got me into this. My dad and granddad were joiners. My uncle taught me how to weld. The industrial and table side of things came about by accident with my cousin. Made him a set, posted on Facebook, and it grew and grew. But as to how I actually started, I mean, I initially started with a 5-foot table, a £30 arc welder I bought off my friend, some very basic hand tools, and a bit of fire in my belly. So, you know, there's no head starts with this. I've done 3.5 years built this from absolutely nothing. The first set I did, the cutting alone of the steel was nearly 9 hours, all done by hand. So it's nearly worn me out. So I'm basically at the next stage of business, where I want to do larger sets, try and get into a different market if I can. And then the reason I'm not taking any more custom orders is just so that there's no pressure on me, deadlines. With obviously being disabled, some weeks I can work, 20-30 hours, some week I can work 10, so I have to balance it out. I only do this part-time, as it were, so this alleviates all of the time scales, a lot of the stress, and it means that I can put a lot more love into what I do, because when I'm working, I want to work, and that shows up in your products. If you're making something, the biggest advice I can give you is take your time, get the quality right, because it's a signature of you, it's a legacy, and something like this will last hundreds of years, which I'm very proud of. So obviously it wants to be done right. I'm very fortunate, I've got a family member who's got a unit, so I've got a part of the unit with him, which has been a godsend. Working from a basement, I worked, I told my guts off in the basement, because all the materials had to go down 2 flights of stairs. The head space was about 1.9 metres, so it was really tight. Obviously welding, cutting and grinding, and all the woodwork down there. So it was a godsend at the time, but like everything in life, you've got to keep progressing and growing. So my next stage is to get a lot larger tooling, so big band saws, big table saws, stuff that'll handle things like this, because I'm a little bit stuck with, as you've seen, just hand saws, stuff like that. So the next stage is bigger machinery, and just keep growing basically. Hopefully this reaches a wide audience, and I will be talking more in depth about the disability side of things. It's not something I'm overly comfortable talking about, to be honest with you. The first video was a bit hard going for me, but I will show you more in depth my adaptations and physical challenges with regards this. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in the next few videos. As I mentioned in the last video, if you want to just wait a couple of weeks, I will consolidate everything into one video, and I hope it shed some inspiration for you. Thanks again for watching.